Welcome back in. It is summer break, which is great for a kid, but as a parent, it might have you worrying about your kids forgetting everything they learned over the school year. You know, the dreaded summer slide. Well, this afternoon, Washington Local Schools curriculum consultant Floyd Martin is here to help us out with that. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Yeah. So my daughter's going into second grade in the fall, and we've just been like, hey, it's summer, enjoy. And now I'm looking at the calendar going,
it's almost here.
We're like halfway through the summer already. So so help me get back on track here. What do we do? How can we help them just kind of get back maybe into learning?
Well, and I know the biggest thing that people are going to be talking about is screen time. How much time is too much time?
Yeah.
So it's all about finding the balance with that. And it's really about the art of illusion in the summertime to get the kids to do things and to disguise the learning.
So trick them?
Well, not necessarily trick them, but you know, it's something as simple as making dinner. Print out a child-friendly recipe and have them follow along. You're working just not only on literacy, but you're actually bringing in some mathematics in there too. So it's all about, you know, disguising what you would normally do. Just anything that you would normally do, just try and pull some educational factors in there.
Just a little bit.
Even a board game. Think about all of the strategy and the things that you would do when you're even playing Monopoly.
Monopoly, yeah, money. We try
Battleship,
to do money.
Battleship. And then Guess Who. One thing that I always love to do with my classroom with Guess Who is make it personal. So if you have a large family, or find an interest that they like, if they love Pokemon, turn that Guess Who game into a Pokemon. So get the personal interest in there. You know, take a walk, take some hikes. We have some great metro parks and state parks around here. And so in our family, when we're out and walking around and you see like placards, we like to call that knowledge in our household. So it's like, ooh, knowledge, and we run up there and we read it. So, you know, even if they can't read it to them. So again, you're disguising, there's learning in there just in your daily tasks.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about reading too, because as I mentioned, with going into second grade, my daughter's really just starting to learn how to read at first grade, and I'm like, I'm worried she's gonna forget all this. But it can be more than just books at bedtime.
Yes, it can be more than books with bedtime. What I even love to do is, when I remember this when I was a kid, when we would do road trips, my parents would get me word search books or crossword puzzles. And that'd be another way. That's more than just reading, but you know, find an interest that they love. And even if it's not in their reading, find what they love, and it'll get them interested into the reading. I mean, if you told me that my favorite time of the day as an adult would be to go out and to grab my Kindle in the morning with the birds chirping, get in the pool and read.
You're like, who am I?
You know, I wouldn't have seen that coming in my future, but that's one of my favorite times. But as a child, not everyone's going to enjoy that. So, you know, go for a walk, get some knowledge on there. And then another thing is, for the books, possibly find a movie. And so we had a reading camp at Washington Local earlier in June, and a little girl, we went to Barnes & Noble at the culmination of the reading camp, and she's like, oh, there's a Wicked book. My mom just took me to see that movie. So find the connections of their interest to really get that in there. And then again, read to them at night. Read to them, especially your little ones. Read to them at night. That is going to boost their vocabulary and expose them to so many words. And museums. We have some great museums around the area. And then utilize your libraries. You know, what summer programs do they offer that they could possibly, and sometimes they're free, so.
And they have prizes too, and what kid doesn't like prizes? Yeah, and I find too, my daughter she likes video games too, and a lot of times when we go to the library, she goes to the section where there are books about video games that she's learning to play.
But it's still literacy, and it's still exposing her to the words and the print and everything that she needs to make her a better reader in the end.
And I like also that you said making everyday tasks opportunities. So yeah, helping out with dinner, but here's the recipe, either read it to me or let's do the measurements when it comes to teaspoons and cups and all that good stuff too.
Might actually make dinner easier. If they help make it, they may want to eat it.
And then maybe they'll clean up after they're done.
Hey.
Okay, we're not talking about miracles here, but it can help. These are great ideas because we do still want them to enjoy their summertime and get that little bit of a break, but we also want to make sure that they're not going to go into a new school year and just be like, what happened?
You want them to be prepared, but you want them to enjoy their summer.
Yeah, very good. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you being here. Yep.